Hello there and welcome. You made it back. Great to see you. I'm Samaj. This is Creating with Samaj, and every single day we show up for 15 or 20 minutes to get thoughts out of our head onto paper so that we can have a little space and we can have some beautiful creations at the end of the year. We'll have more than 365 things that we created together because I'm here for the entire year, committed to being here with you. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and go to the paper and see what shows up today. We have our Canson XL. We have our Prang Oval 16. I use this because it's easy and available for most people. So let's go ahead and turn to the page. We're in my coloring book phase. So having the coloring book phase is fun and exciting. Never knowing what's going to show up, but usually knowing that it's going to be something like a landscape. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hmm. No idea why that showed up, but it did. So let's go ahead and paint it in. this been a relaxing process for you? Have you enjoyed the process of creating and seeing what you can make? You know, as creators, we get to see what we're capable of in all the things that we make, in all of the ways that we do the making. Hmm. Hmm. You know, creating causes so many things. Isn't it amazing, the human brain, how many things we can all think of at the same time? How many thoughts go through our heads as we're creating something? I'm amazed at that. Just right then, I had like 100 things that I all thought about at the same time. Not at the same time, but you know, it's like a flood of things that come across your brain. Very interesting how the human brain works. And you know, part of this process is us getting together and just having time to fire off some neurons and to get some of the stuff from the inside to the outside so that we're not holding on to those things so much, and that we have room to express ourselves however we need to do that. Because creating and self-expression is kind of a mandatory thing as humans. It's kind of what we're here to do. We do things all the time to show and prove evidence that we were here. And why not do that with something like creating some art? It might be something you can share with your family, with your friends. It could be a legacy that you leave behind. Maybe you just want to see what you got in you, and maybe you'll never share it with anyone, and that's okay. You know, sometimes when we share things with people, especially those folks that we love, they feel the need to be complimentary and say things about our work. And maybe saying something isn't what we need. We just need them to appreciate it and just embody it. We don't need feedback. Sometimes feedback prevents us from our next creation. Think of it like a musician, right? Someone who's a musical artist that creates this great #1 hit and everybody loves it. And then before you know it, everything's being compared to that. And I think they get trapped in this idea of who they have to be. I heard a very interesting interview with the lead singer from Smashing Pumpkins the other day. And he spoke to how the company, he created a song as a joke, And the company loved the joke song so much that they didn't want any of his other content, and they just wanted that, and it was just crap. And so it kind of was a story about maybe how we lose ourselves in the process of creating. If I can find that interview, I'll leave it below because it was very interesting. It was on a podcast. I listen to a lot of podcasts while I'm working and doing things, so I'm never quite sure which one it is. You know, in this whole process of painting intuitively, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm not thinking about the colors. I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. I'm just sitting here painting, talking to you, hanging out, enjoying the beginning of the day. Every day I paint. Every day. Every day for the whole year with you. I'll be here with you for the entire year, whether you like it or not. And we're going to be making stuff. Right now we're in the coloring book phase. And the coloring book phase, I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. And I apologize if I offended you by pointing at you with the brush. I was just communicating. So I love learning. I love learning. And I think it's such an opportunity for growth and expansion. The learning thing, right? And as we're creating here, making stuff, we're learning new things. We're learning how our brain works, how things fire through our brain, how just adding some simple things onto the page just changes everything, right? You just think, wow, look how much that just changed the way that looked. And it makes it fun because we're here to have fun. That's the whole process of this intuitive painting, is to have fun while we're here. Maybe this is a person or something. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it was a blob that showed up, and so we're working with it. Because we never get upset with anything. We just go with the flow. There's going to be some darkness on the street. Because that flowed up there. And we'll move it over here to the other side. Just taking off a little bit of that. You know, when it's your own coloring book, you can do whatever you want. It's true. You can put in whatever color you want. You can put in whatever you desire. It's your sketchbook. It's your time to play. Have fun. You know, as adults, I don't think we have fun enough. We spend way too much time adulting. And when's the last time you got out some paints and painted? Or a crayon and colored? Or some markers and marked? Or some chalk and chalked? Oops, it's going to get noisy really in a moment because Emerald is downstairs and he just whistled, and if this one hears it, Helios, he's going to go crazy in a moment. So we're almost at the end of our session. And it's always a pleasure being here with you, spending time together, making and creating. Seeing what we can do, what we're capable of, what shows up. Every day it's different. And in 15 minutes, or 20, we get to make some pretty amazing pieces of artwork. It was really hot in here earlier, so I opened the window and now I'm freezing. But it's okay, I'll shut the window again. That easy. A little drying off because that's important. Okay. Outline this up. A wobbly edge there, and wobbly edges are a-okay. Got some new washi tape yesterday, so we'll be using that next time. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being a part of this creative journey. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And I'm Samaj. Oops, here we go. It's a very noisy morning here. I'm Samaj. This is Creating with Samaj. Wherever you are, I trust you have the most amazing day. And until then,